Hey guys, Scott Fishman here. Um, Today we have an awesome guest, somebody who's been a part of the WoW movement, company, brand for so many years. One of the legends, one of the icons, uh, one of the leader right now of the Fab Four going on in WoW Women of Wrestling. Lana Star, how are you today?
I'm doing fabulous. Thank you for inviting me.
So, how proud are you of the, WoW Women of Wrestling brand growing, still continuing to grow? I mean, talk about just the evolution that from your vantage point, someone who's been there from the beginning, the inner workings of this.
Oh, I feel really blessed to be with a company that has stood for so many years behind like women's empowerment and having like a global footprint for women's wrestling. So it's really nice to see it evolve and to stay around so long and be like even bigger and better in, 2023.
And you started with, I think, no experience, and you just jumped right in, right? When you first started out, how do you feel like the training and the, getting these superheroes ready for television has changed since you were starting out?
So yes, when I started, I had been a huge wrestling fan, and then I went through the training that WoW gave me to start to wrestle. But a lot of the superheroes we have now have come from different, backgrounds. They have wrestling training already. We have a lot of homegrown talent that we found in LA, and they've gone through the same training. So we have a lot of different backgrounds, and I think that it's helped immensely having girls that have come from the indies and can show some of the newer girls like what's up. So I think it's a really great balance they have right now.
Awesome. Tell me about the your group. We have Vicky Lynn McCoy, Penelope Pink, and then the tag team champions, Miami Sweet Heat. It's like you're dominating the brand right now. You're the manager. It's such a cool presentation. You see them coming out. When you talk about empowerment, how is it for you to kind of take them under your wing? You mentioned being you're a veteran now at this point. Talk about the evolution of this group of showing women who are maybe watching, like they're this strong group who's kind of dominating right now and maybe inspire others.
So I went out and I found who I thought were the best wrestlers in WoW. Not only that, but also somebody that could get along with me being the best manager in WoW. And luckily found Penelope Pink. She's a strong wrestler. She can do ground and pound. She can do everything. And I think obviously she's proven herself. She is the WoW world champion now, my protege. I've gone through a lot of proteges and assistants over the years, and I finally found the best one. Then I found Miami Sweet Heat. They had been college basketball players, so I knew they had a really athletic background to start. And, they have the Miami aesthetic. I thought that would fit in nicely with our group. They became the WoW tag team champions. And then we rounded it out with Vicky Lynn McCoy. She has the bar brawling background, and she's our enforcer that's kept us all together. So it's a really nice team. We all get along like a sisterhood, and I think that's super important that you really enjoy who you're working with.
Mm-hmm. You talked about veterans coming from the independent scene or other places like and coming into WoW, but WoW has also launched wrestlers as well. One of them recently, Nikita Lyons, someone that you know very well. Talk about just seeing her progress the way that she has, and maybe how proud you are to see that
Oh,
progress.
if anybody deserves success beyond myself, it's her. Faith is like a wonderful human being. Her parents were very involved. They would always be at the shows, and she comes from a really nice family, and she's a really very nice girl. And I'm so happy for all of her success. So yeah, I really enjoy watching her. She's amazing.
Nice. Do you still stay in touch with her?
Yes, through social media, we'll write back and forth. But yeah, she's
Gotcha.
in the other coast.
Yes, yeah, that's difficult sometimes. Um, when you were with WoW when it launched, there was a pay-per-view, and there was plans for other pay-per-views and things like that. With WoW being as popular it is, having that syndication penetration through viewership, do you see it kind of as we're going into filming, the next season next month? in the same LA. Do you kind of see the future of it being touring, pay-per-view? What are your thoughts on that? Or do you find that this is kind of the world that it should stay in at the moment?
I feel like it's going to evolve to tours, and also like I think there's going to be pay-per-views as well. That's the idea I get. So there's so many things in the works. Like we have documentaries out that you can see like on Pluto TV. There's just so many things that WoW has going on right now. It's like it's kind of overwhelming. There is a lot, we tape 52 weeks of television, and I think they're going to try and add the live shows and pay-per-views too.
What have you gotten from working with like a Jeanie who's been so passionate? She has so much stuff going on with the Lakers, but she makes it a point to support this brand, not just, being a part of it financially, but really getting involved. Seeing her at Comic-Con, meeting fans and being out there and getting the word out. How motivating is that for you seeing that?
Well, since I've known her for a very long time, because she was involved in WoW since the beginning, she's just like a champion for women. Like she has the Lakers, but she's also like, she's about women empowerment. And so it's so nice talking to somebody that's legendary like Jeanie, and how supportive she is. Like she's a huge superstar, and she comes to every one of our shows. She talks to everyone, and she's always like so positive. She's really an inspiring person, and we're very, very fortunate that she's our leader kind of.
When it comes to scouting newcomers coming in, is there anyone in the landscape on the independent scene or anywhere else that you think would be a great WoW superhero?
I kind of just try to focus on the Fab Four. I try to keep my team on top. So I'm not currently looking for anyone because we're pretty much on top right now. But I see a lot of girls on Instagram, and there's so much talent out there. I mean, they could always reach out to the WoW website and email if they want to send in videos.
Gotcha. Well, you also parlayed wrestling with entertainment, like you were with Stan Lee and Iron Man, that memorable scene, and everyone remembers that. Talk about just the experience of working in that realm and working with and those big blockbuster sets, and how do you compare it to working, in wrestling?
So I'm fortunate with WoW that they have they're a backing towards like having everything over the top and look very like cinematic. So we have really good directors and DPs, and it's really, our sets are beautiful. We have amazing costume people. So it's almost similar to some of the TV shows or movies I've worked on. Everybody's like very, very talented. And a lot of our production team comes from that world as well. So
how do you feel the perception of women has changed over the years? I mean, it's awesome to see you kind of in this role of mentor manager, where maybe we wouldn't have that years ago. Oh, on WoW, we of course did. They were kind of different when it comes to what we're seeing in other wrestling organizations. They're kind of ahead of their time in that sense. But today it seems like it's more common. Women are celebrated a little bit more. I mean, I feel like there's still work to be done when it comes to veterans and kind of giving them their flowers and their spotlight. And presenting them. But from your vantage point, being in the business for as long as you have been, and maybe when you were starting out, seeing how veterans were treated, how do you kind of compare the two?
I think that the environment that I'm in, our veterans are treated like very well. So anybody that comes in that's been around for a long time is very acknowledged, and everybody's super happy to learn from them or talk to them. So I've been in a lucky position that it's always been a really good culture. Like WoW has always been a really good culture for women and anybody that's been in the industry for a long time as well. We're very conscientious of new people too, to make them feel comfortable. So it's just a really great working environment. I don't know outside of WoW what that's really like, but I hope that everybody's being treated well.
I know another big name that came on attached to this project was AJ Lee, who brought a lot more eyes to this. So talk about having her there, at commentary, but also helping get the word out there and bring some more eyes to the brand.
Oh yeah. Well, we're very lucky to have AJ. She's a legend, and she's fantastic on commentary. So anytime I have an opportunity to go on commentary with AJ, it's like the best day. It's me and AJ keep kind of David McLean and Stephen Dickey, the other commentators, out of the equation, and it becomes the Lana and AJ show. So she is, I mean, she's gold. Like, she can come up with the best things and we can work off each other. Like, I'm so happy to be able to work with her. Like, it's pretty exciting for me. So
I mean, obviously winning the championship, but what are some of the most proudest moments that you've had in your WoW career that you always reflect on?
So I'm very proud that I was the WoW World Champion at one time, but I couldn't be more excited that I have all the belts in my faction right now. I mean, that's pretty huge. And there hasn't been a manager in WoW that's had, both sets of belts that we currently have. So I think that's a pretty big deal.
Okay. When it comes to wrestling, I mean, we've seen you are you open to wrestling more, or is it kind of in the rear view for you when it comes to that sort of thing?
No, I don't say it could never happen. Like, I definitely would be willing if it was the right segment. Maybe I'll start a little feud with one of the other managers and we'll have to wrestle. Who knows? But
you mentioned the group itself, but is there anyone that really kind of makes you like, oh my God, I wish I was still like actively wrestling all the time? Like, just the women. What are some of the women that really have impressed you recently?
If I watch, I'm gonna have to give it up to Holly Swag and Big Rig Betty. I like watching them, even though there are opponents occasionally, but I'm like, hey, it would be fun to like wrestle them for me. I think they're very talented. There's so much talent on the roster.
What do we have the taping coming up. What do you want to see from this next season? Is there something that you want to build upon or something you want to see more of from your experience?
I would like to see the continued domination of the best faction in WoW, the Fab Four. I would like to hold on to all of our belts. And if they want to make another belt, I would gladly have Vicky Lynn McCoy win that.
So you think it would be good to have maybe another, I want to say secondary championship, but kind of like other companies might have that.
Yeah, TV champion. I've even said they should make a manager of the year belt.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
And WoW, like, if you look at the roster, there's quite a few managers.
What else? Where can people find you besides WoW? Is there anything else that you want to let people know about? Any projects you're working on, or?
If you go on social media, my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram, you just look up Lana Star. That's all there. I try to keep them updated with some of the things I'm doing. I just did a music video for a really new up and coming actor, and it's almost like a short film. So that'll be coming out soon. It'll be funny. His name's Party Alone, if anybody watches the video. And then I'm working on some TV shows here and there and movies and commercials, but I'll update all of this. Yeah.
So can't say yet until it happens, kind of thing.
Yeah. The new video should be out very soon. I think there's
you mentioned TV shows. I was like interested in that part.
Yeah. No, I can't say them yet.
Okay.
Well, everybody's on strike right now in Hollywood. So
true. Very good point.
Some things are coming out. Yeah.
That is true. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for the time, Lana. I appreciate it. Of course, everyone can catch WoW every week in syndication. Check your local listings. Mine's on Saturday nights. And then, of course, you have the tapings coming up in the Belasco Theater in Los Angeles. So check out the WoW social medias and everything for all of that. Thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Good day.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Jillian.